Hey everyone, this is Lily and welcome to another video case study. This time I'm going through Raw and Peace, which is a blog by a beautiful friend of mine, Amy, from back in Australia, and she's one of my favorite people in the whole world, so it's a real pleasure to be able to do this case study for her. I just want to mention in the beginning of this video that Amy has a raw food business based in Maleny in Queensland in Australia, and she has just recently opened a cafe up there, and she has at least 2 market stalls I think now, and she does a catering business for people. She runs raw food classes. She is planning a retreat, and she is also just had her second child. So she has a little one, a brand new little one, and a 6-year-old. So if Amy can spend some time on her blog, then we all can. We have no excuse at all. She's like superwoman at the moment. So really, we can definitely spend a little bit of time working on our blogs and actually getting it up and getting something out there. So we're going to be going through Amy's beautiful blog here and figuring out how, first of all, she can bring in more traffic to a blog, and also how she can, I'm not sure, Amy, if you're actually making any money from this, so how you can start making money, how you can start monetizing it. So Amy has been posting in her blog, let me see, 31st of the 7th, so it's now the 25th of August and the 26th in Australia actually. So I know, Amy, you've just opened a brand new cafe, so you've been extremely busy recently, but I also know that in the beginning of the cafe not many people are going in, so it's some time that you can spend while your little bub isn't taking up too much of your time, to actually just at least once a week sitting down and writing a blog post, and it's really going to help you to get more of that traffic in. So what you can do, and when I had my very brief moment of having a raw vegan blog, I would just, it was really easy, because if you make an amazing smoothie that morning for breakfast, or if you just happen to, while you're making your lunch or your dinner, if you just happen to make something amazing then too, which I've eaten your food, all your food is amazing. So just take a photo of it and write the recipe out. That's your blog post for the week. So it's as simple as that. And we want to be aiming, I mean, preferably it's always one every 2 to 3 days is great. But because you've got a lot on at the moment, then one a week is going to be perfectly fine. But building up that momentum and having that regular content out is going to be great, and Google is going to reward you for it a lot, and you're going to be searched much better. Now, I looked at this blog before, and I think I spent about 10 minutes just staring at this amazing food. Your pictures are beautiful, almost as good as your food tastes. But instead of having them all clumped together like this, I would actually start putting more photos in your blog. So your blog needs to be photo rich. The photos are really going to make it. When it comes to a raw food blog, you want to have photos absolutely everywhere of the food. And I'm not sure, I know you've had some photography done. If you haven't taken these photos, then I recommend, if you don't have a great camera, getting your hands on a camera that does really good close-ups of food. And I actually went and bought one of these cameras once, and they're not super expensive. It's more expensive to get something with a massive long zoom that takes pictures of things that are moving quickly really far away. So actually taking photos of close-up food it's not an expensive camera to get. So definitely having that ability to take photos often of the amazing food you create and putting it everywhere in your blog is going to make a massive difference. So we want to see more of those beautiful photos definitely throughout. Like this, for example. This is awesome, having a massive photo in here and a recipe. This pad thai post, I just absolutely love it. But I also really like how you do have posts in here about your business and about what's been happening, and you're a really good writer, so I think it's really nice to see the writing that you have in there. Just more often and more photo rich. That's all I can say about your content. For the right hand sidebar here, first of all, it's only on the home page. So if we go into other pages, And you've got a lot of really great information in here, by the way, but you don't have anything on the right-hand sidebar apart from the homepage. This is a big mistake, mainly because there's a huge misconception that we believe people are always coming to our front page, our homepage, when they visit our website or our blog. It's not true. Google doesn't really get that. Google is just going to return the page in your blog that is going to be relevant to a particular search in Google, which could be any of these pages. So they could actually end up on your recipes page or your cafe page as the first page that they see. We want to have all of this really important information, therefore, on every single page in case someone doesn't actually end up at your homepage, in case they end up somewhere deep within your website. And we also want to be recognizing and understanding that it's a mistake as well to just optimize our homepage. We want to be optimizing every single page in our entire blog because of this, because there is so much good content in there. And the front page isn't necessarily the page that's going to have the information that people are searching for. So really understanding that it's a lot more dynamic than that. It's not quite so linear, I think is what I'm trying to say. So putting this amazing stuff on every page is going to be really good. This sign up box here, which looks a lot like a MailChimp sign up box, I'd definitely make that a lot more obvious. It seems to be a little bit, because it's quite grayed out, there's no color in there, it's quite small. Just adding a little bit of color somewhere, whether it's the subscribe box here, whether it's a light, just a background color behind it, is going to make it stand out a lot more and make it a little bit more obvious for people to actually put their information in. You could extend it somehow by maybe in between here putting a small picture of some of your amazing food, like the images that we saw below before, putting one of those type of images in there, just something that looks good, really small. You could play around with that. Also, I suggest that you grab people's first name as well. So having an extra field above the email address with their first name, simply because that will allow you to, when you're emailing your list, you can actually personalize it. So you can have, hi, first name. That's pretty much what you do. That's a code you put in, hi, first name. And when it lands in their email box, it actually has their first name in there. And most people are pretty cluey and they're like, yeah, this is obviously automated. They just, I put my first name in the sign up box. But I have at times have had people reply to my emails assuming that I actually emailed them personally, and it's been really cute and sweet how they think that, and it does actually make a big difference sometimes having that personalized, and you can personalize the subjects. It's just a really nice thing to have their first name in there as well instead of just their email address. So see if MailChimp will allow you to do that, but I'm pretty sure that it does have that ability. It's good that you've got your Facebook thing in here, and I love your logo so much. It's awesome, and the name of your business is really awesome too. But I would probably I'd think about changing the Facebook badge that you have here. I know there's several that you can choose from, and you actually have, I think from memory, quite a few people in your Facebook page now. So you want to use that social proof. Yeah, you've got 1,300. So you definitely want to use that social proof and have the number in there. So it's going to help people to sign up rather than people coming here and thinking, oh, maybe this blog, no one really comes here. And, it's that whole social proof thing about, wow, there's 1,300 people and this blog and this business must be really popular. So have a play around with the different badges that Facebook offers to put in there and maybe change to a different one. But it's great how you've got it in there. That's really awesome. Archives, I would actually take this whole block here out of your sidebar. It's just completely unnecessary, especially because you haven't been posting too often. So in these months, you're probably going to have, see there's some months missing, like March, April, May here in 2011 is missing. I'm guessing there's just going to be one article in many of these months, so it's kind of redundant. It's not really, there's no use at all to actually have this block in there, so I'd take it out. Categories is great. I'd consider rewording that. This is a huge thing for the SEO again, the search engine optimization, actually having our keyword search strings in here that is going to help us rank better in Google. So Brisbane is happenings. sounds really awesome. And if you want to keep it because it does sound awesome. But really, for Google searching, what would be better is something incredibly boring, like Brisbane raw events, something like that. Food, you could change that to raw vegan food. I'm not sure what you've got under fun. Recipes, raw vegan recipes. So that's going to help actually making those proper search strings that people are very likely to put into Google. It's going to make a huge difference there with in your categories for people when they're searching. Right, but putting that sidebar on every single page is going to be a really good thing. Let me think what else. It'd been really nice. You do have your photo in the About page, which is great that you've got it somewhere. So that's Amy there, and this is her About page. The More button is not super cool. I would actually think about how you can better categorize and subcategorize these links here. So what you could create so that everything would fit properly here. So it might be that you have Why Eat Raw under the About section, and actually contact as well. You could put contact under that too. Because more is doesn't really tell you anything, and it makes these very important pages seem like they're insignificant and unimportant by just being under a more section. So I'd think about how you can change and modify that. For your retreats link here, it actually goes to a completely different blog, which is your blog, but it's a completely different blog. So I would actually take that out of the nav bar. The only reason I didn't get confused is because I'd seen that blog before and I know it's yours. But other people wouldn't know that and they'd be extremely confused. So I'd actually take it out and I would put retreats in your sidebar in a banner. So if you go to my blog, so something like this. So this is actually my banner that I created that links to my online store. So something like that. So actually having the banner for the retreats in there, or you could make it something smaller. So this is 300 pixels wide by 250 pixels high, which is the standard size for advertising. So that's good to know when you start adding in other people's sponsored advertisements and affiliate advertisements. So just begin with that size. Also 250 pixels square is another standard size, but 300 by 250 is more the standard. And these ones are 125 pixels squared here. So definitely, yep, taking that out. What else can we say? I mean, the main thing that I can say with bringing in traffic really is definitely posting more. I have a feeling that for you, Amy, you're not going to be doing video, which is totally cool. You could start doing some raw food cooking, uncooking, whatever prep, raw food prep videos and uploading them to YouTube and putting them in. I know a lot of people like watching them, and there have been a lot of videos out there. Just if you are creating a how to make something video, make sure that underneath the video you put in the recipe and the method or the loving preparation. I have wanted to get many recipes in the past and have only been shown a video, and I've really just thought I can't be bothered watching this video. I just want to give me the list of ingredients so I can go make it right now. I've not been patient enough. Some people really love to be shown the actual video, and other people like me not so much. So if you do go down that path, definitely include both. Creating those videos is going to be a really great way of getting your name out there globally, so getting your face and your name on YouTube, creating that regular video. If you don't want to go down that path, that's totally okay. What you can do is you can go and visit similar blogs, but preferably blogs that have been more established and have a much larger readership. So going to them and interviewing those people, and via podcast or via text, and then putting it on your blog. Or you could ask to guest post for them, so you actually have a post of yours on their blog. Any way that can kind of let their readership know that you exist, in an attempt that some of their readership will then come to your blog.